Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing good. Alright, so before we go ahead and try to start the truck, yeah, it's been sitting for like 3 years. I haven't started it. Let me give you a little history on it. I bought it in 2000 with 97,000 miles on it. And the guy I bought it off of, he took care of the truck really well. He serviced it all the time when it needed it. I think he used to take it to the dealer over in Toms River, New Jersey. Also, these this is a V6 3.0 engine, and they had a callback on the they were having problems with head gaskets, and he brought it back and had the head gaskets done on it like he was supposed to. Unlike the 92 4Runner, I'll leave a link to that. I cleaned it up. I actually got what I wanted for it. I just wanted to get rid of it right away because what happened to that was the brake lines rotted out on it, and they're a real pain to do. I did this truck here with my brother when he had his shop, and we did it on a lift, and it still took a half a day to do the brake lines. I mean, they're really hidden in there. What else? So yeah, so this has like 300 and some odd thousand miles on it. And what happened was, when I bought the other truck, we were having a couple of slow years of snow plowing, and I was using that money to pay the insurance on this one, who's the work truck. As a matter of fact, I bought the trailer at the same time in 2000, and so it took its toll in being out in the salt and everything like that. 1 year I had a patch. I put a patch here and I put a patch here, and you can see how the body is just crumbling away here. You know, it was a good truck though. This is a 5-speed manual, and you could tell the difference in power because the 3-liter, this should have had a bigger engine. Like Ronaldo from Big Son's Lawn Care, he has a Toyota pickup that has a 3.4 in it. You know, the 92, the guy never brought it back for head gaskets. So when I bought it, that had 97,000 miles on it also. And I don't know if it had 105,000 miles or 110, I don't remember, when the head gaskets went on that. And I had to do the head gaskets. I have a video on that. It's an old video on how to do it. I didn't actually film doing it because this took hours and hours to do. I don't know if you can see all the vacuum lines and everything on it. This thing's like a nightmare to do. The head gaskets on. You gotta pull a plenum, the front, the this, the that, and the other. All kinds of stuff you gotta pull off this. What I did so far is I hooked up the I'm using the cables because the batteries that I have, the posts are on the wrong sides, and even if I turn the battery around, then the negative won't reach the post. So I just hooked it up to the 67 L8 here. I put the battery charger on it as well to help it along. And when I hooked up the cables, I didn't see anything smoking or anything. Now the problem is this, and I never saw this before, and all the times I've seen cars and trucks with multi-port fuel injection come in. What happened was in the 92, when I went to start it after I was done, oh, it sounded horrible, and it was eating gas like you can't believe. First thing I thought was I may have put the timing belt on wrong, but then I was noticing on the dashboard it set off the check engine light on it, so I went after that first. Let's see, where is, I think the diagnostic, I'm pretty sure the diagnostic connector's under here, pretty sure. It's OBD1, so it's old. I don't even have a scanner for OBD2 either, but there's a way you could jump 2 posts in there at the diagnostic connector, and you could get the codes by counting the check engine light, how many times it blinks. And as soon as I saw a mass airflow sensor was one of the codes, but along with that it set off a whole bunch of other codes because of the way it was running. So what I did was I switched out the mass airflow sensor. So this is the mass airflow sensor that was in the 92. I tried to mess around with it a little bit. I took this cover off and tried to clean in there, and it was still the same. So what else did I want to say about this? Yeah, so it hasn't ran in 3 years. The last time I looked in the radiator here, the coolant was up full, but right now I don't see anything. Doesn't matter, we're not going to run it that long anyway. I did check the oil, and the oil's pretty full. So that means that I changed the oil and then parked it. This truck here came with, it was a luxury package, I guess you would call it. It came with the leather interior, and also it came with the trailer hitch and the trailer light harness and all that. Now with the other truck, it just came. It didn't come with the trailer hitch or the wiring. It didn't come with the towing package. So I ended up putting the trailer hitch on that one, and this and that and the other thing. Being that this has been with me for like 23 years, the other truck was with me for about 6 years, and it was nothing but trouble because the guy before me didn't take care of it. It wasn't Toyota's fault or anything like that. What else did I want to say about that? I think I put 40,000 miles on it. And then after, from sitting here, it's just, underneath was just starting to rot away. But at least he took care of the body. The guy took care of the body on it. Oh, and the radiator, when I first got the other truck, the 92, it was like a real thick chocolate milkshake. It took me forever to flush it out. Then the radiator ended up clogging. I put a new radiator in that. The new radiator in this was just because it had over 200,000 miles and it was just leaking and it was shot, and I just replaced it in this and the thermostat and stuff. I did put a timing belt on it once. I took this truck back and forth to Florida about 5 or 6 times, I would say, without any problems. A lot of work that I did on the 92, this truck waited till I had over 200,000. When it had 280,000 miles on it, the clutch disc didn't burn out. The clutch didn't burn out. What happened was the pressure plate finally exploded because, it was under a lot of wear and tear pulling the trailer with equipment on it. Plus, we were using this truck to bring the Graveleys out to go snow plowing and whatnot. I don't think this has any gas in it. I'm not really sure. It's on A and the orange light's on and everything. This thing burns like, with this bad mass airflow sensor, what the mass airflow sensor does is it meters the airflow and the fuel mixture. Something went wrong with it where it's just pumping a lot of fuel into the system here. So I think I parked this with practically no gas in it. It probably may not have any gas in it, but we're going to try to crank it over and see if we can get it to start. And if not, I'll just dump some gas into it. I just want to make sure it cranks over and stuff like that. When I hooked up the cables here, I didn't see anything smoking. I turned the key on to see how much gas was in it, and nothing was really smoking. We do have like a wasp's, I guess this is a wasp's nest here. There's another one over here somewhere. Yeah, right over there. I lifted the air cleaner. I lifted this up, the air filter's under there. I really didn't see anything from the top, but I would have to take this off to pull the actual element out, and I don't want to be bothered with that right now. So I think we're good to try to start it anyway. So I'll put you on the tripod and we'll see what happens here with it. One thing I want to do is bring out the fire extinguisher too. just in case. So I'll be back in a bit. I guess we'll see what happens, if anything. Alright, so we don't have enough power to crank it over. The clutch just went right to the floor. I don't know what's wrong with that. Maybe the slave cylinder or maybe the fluid leak. That we don't care about that. But because you gotta push the clutch all the way down for it so you can crank it over. But we don't care. We're not driving it or anything. Let me figure something out with the battery here. I was hoping that this thing would just crank over with just the cables hooked up, but you're taking all the energy away with the whole cable setup and everything like that. It's best if we just set a battery in there. So I'll be back to you. Alright, so I was having a bad connection, so I just stuck some vice grips over the terminal post here, and it seems to want to crank over now. So let's see if we can get it to start. Like I said, I may have to put some gas in it. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, you can probably see it back there already. This thing burns a ton of gas a second. I try to step on the gas. I don't know if I can turn the camera around too. No, you can't. You probably couldn't see it, but yeah, you can see the smoke. Oof. Ugh. It's horrible. But it started pretty much right up. Not bad. I'm surprised it had any gas in it. So I didn't have to waste any gas. But I could probably sell this. If I change the mass airflow sensor, I know it'll run good. And I could probably sell the engine out of it. Even though the engine has probably a little over 300,000 miles on it, it's a good engine, you know. Yeah, the 92, the guy never changed the oil in that. Like I said, I'd be sorry to see this one go. I was not one bit sorry to see the other one go. I didn't like that truck from day one. I don't know what it was about that truck. I just didn't like it, even before all the problems I had with it. So I just ended up putting the battery in sideways. This ground broke off here, big deal. It still started, so that's it. I'm not gonna let it run anymore like that. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed it. It was just, there's really nothing going on this week. I do have a couple of things to do, but today happens to be a little warmer out. We're supposed to get a big storm tomorrow. It's supposed to be like 2 to 3 inches of rain, and then we're supposed to get like 40, 50 mile an hour winds. I think my friends up in Canada, like Grampy's Workshop, Noel's Garden Tractor and Firewood, I think you're going to get hit with this storm pretty good. We're only getting rain here though. The last couple of days though was freezing. It was in the mid-20s and stuff like that, but now it's warming up just in time for it to rain. So, man, I think still stinks. I wish this camera had smell-o-vision. But, all right, so that's going to be it for today. I'm sorry it wasn't too exciting here. I just wanted to give you a little history on this truck, though. Oh, by the way, if you saw the 92, I took the wheels off this truck here because the tires were still good. The tires are bad here, which these tires are off the 92 and the rims. So what I did with that one was, if you watch that video, I sanded down the rims and I painted them blue. But so these wheels are pretty good shape, but the tires are no good on this. I could probably sell those if I wanted to. But what I use this truck for here is when I take like Gravely projects apart, I could just store the parts back there. It's a little messy right now. Look at all the coffee cans. I got to go over all that. And we have the Harbor Freight drill press there. And also when I paint, it makes a good oven in the summer. It gets really hot in here. It dries the paint really good for when we paint stuff. So I just keep that little toolbox here. I got it out now because we're using it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and take care.